Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Bakemonoda and PengWin on Dash and Terminal, the latter edition. This was found at legacyofthevoid.spawningtool.com by Dominique. Thank you so much, Dominique. I really appreciate the time you spent to find this replay. And you too can find Legacy of the Void replays at LOTV.spawningtool.com. Alright, in the top of Dash and Terminal, the latter edition, we have the Red Terran player. It is Bakemonoda. A weird name if I've ever seen it. On the right side of Dash and Terminal, the latter edition, we have the Blue Protoss player. It is PengWin. Haha, look at that pun. It's PengWin but with a W because it's about winning. Ho ho ho. Alright, PvT on this match, or in this map. This map does tend to make some pretty interesting games. You have the fairly short flying distance here. You have gold bases that are super exposed to your opponent's gold base just right across the way. There are no rocks or anything in the middle here to cause problems. You can knock down this cooling tower to help provide a block for your gold base if you want to take it, but most people don't do that. Oh, look at this. Proxy barracks coming up. Oh, okay. So this is going to be a Proxy Reaper. I have to assume that's what it's going to be this early. I'm going to try to hop on up here into the blue base and do a lot of damage. Bakemonoda has some mischief on his mind and getting double refinery here. So the question is, how are we going to follow this up? I think I might know what it's going to be. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'll just kind of see if I'm right here. But it's definitely going to be a Reaper just because of the amount of gas that is available to Bakemonoda right now. And Marines on this place don't really make sense. So there comes the Reaper popping on out. Going to try to hop up here and again kill everything that it can. This gateway is not even finished yet, which is super bad news for PengWin. Hasn't scouted either. I know scouting, look, scouting would tell you there's nothing in the base, that the first factory here just popped up. There's no barracks available to be seen at all in the main, which tells you it's probably a proxy, which means you need to be ready for it. But the SCV comes in to scout exactly what the Reaper is going to be up against. The Reaper's just about to finish. And indeed, there it is, popping right on out. We're going to follow him as he hops up past these gold minerals into the main base and goes right after those probes. So being able to 3-shot probes, 4-shot possibly, KD8 charge, knocking them back, killing another one there, forcing all these probes off the line. There's nothing being produced that can deal with this. PengWin's cybernetics core just about to finish. There it goes, now getting a Stalker, but the Stalker's not going to be here for quite a while. The Reaper has to realize he basically has a free day here, going after workers. The workers are forced to retreat, or else die, basically, or try to fight the Reaper, which is never a good fight at all. Another KD8 charge might be nice. Again, all this lost mining time here, and meanwhile, back at Bakemonoda's base, we have, there we go, Tech Lab being produced on that factory. Another Reaper is here. There's a Stalker here now, though. The Stalker is going to do very, very well at shooing this Reaper harass away, knocking back a few workers, and then retreating back to use those combat drugs to heal on back up. Stealing the gas here with the refinery on the Vespine Geyser. Well played by Bakemonoda, but look at this. Proxy gateway here. Proxy, one good proxy, deserves another Cyclone in production. Yes, that's what I thought. We'll often see Terran players against Protoss go with this Proxy Reaper harass, follow it up with Cyclones. Just because Cyclones do very well against everything that Protoss has, even flying units, because they can attack air units at the same time. So going for a mass Cyclone type of play is something that I have seen a little bit here. Another factory coming up, definitely some mech type of play here. 3 Reapers swinging around trying to see what they can see. The answer is they do see a second Nexus, which is a bit of a problem, except Bakemonoda does have his own. And here comes the first Cyclone, but again, this Proxy gateway just about to finish for PengWin. Not sure what he's planning on doing there. This poor Adept has been tasked with trying to kill a refinery all by her lonesome. She only does 10 damage to buildings, though. Not the best. KD8 charge again, knocking a Stalker back. The Stalker must be tired of having that happen. Here comes the Cyclone. Can a Cyclone with Reaper support take care of a Stalker is the question. I think it can. Here we go. Using that lock-on ability that does do 300 damage over 14 seconds. Does kill that Stalker. Adepts are here, though, trying to do what they can. KD8 charge, knocking the Adepts back. Standing and fighting, using that kiting ability. What the lock on to take out that single Reaper. One more shot, and it does kill it. Another lock on here kills the second Adept at the same time. I said Reaper, I meant Adept. Here we are going after, might as well go after a pylon, because heck, why not? Another Adept pops on up again, using the ability to take out this particular Adept that tries to get out of the range. But look how big this range is on the Cyclone. Another one dies. And using the missile pods here, what is it called here? Typhoon missile pod, taking out that pylon, depowering both the gateway and the cyber core. A bit of a manor barracks being landed on in here. This is a nightmare for PengWin. Taking out this second pylon would be really big. 3 Adepts are enough to chase these 2 Cyclones away, though. They're trying to take out this barracks. That's not a good spot for them at all. This proxy gateway has done nothing whatsoever. And I think they might be able to get it. Nope, it does lift off. Mothership core heading on over to try to see what it can see. This base might actually fall here. Lock-on does work. I mean, it does work on Nexuses. It works on buildings, so I'm not sure why it's not being used here, but that's okay. Bakemonoda doing a great job. These Adepts finally getting rid of that add-on. And the Nexus is going to fall here in about the next 15 seconds or so. Another Cyclone shows up to aid with its DPS, and that's it. PengWin is stuck on 1 base with 24 workers. 2 bases are available. Meanwhile, Adept harass, though. Oh boy, we got some Adepts in the main here. Adept versus Cyclone. Who's going to win this battle? Excellent use of the lock-on ability. Look at this kiting, keeping them away. The Adepts can't shoot anything. Amazing micro on display here from Bakemonoda. And look at this. This poor Adept is just chasing this Cyclone forever and ever, getting 1 shot off, but that's about it. I think she's going to die before anything else can happen. Lock-on does destroy her. This barracks still floating. The Adepts are flying across the map to see what damage they can do, but the Cyclone count is getting pretty scary high. There are 5 Cyclones here. And how many Adepts are on the field right now? 9. 9 Adepts. We'll have to see who wins this battle. I think we're going to group up with the Adepts and see what is going to happen. Coming right on in and just going right after it, trying to kill workers. A lock-on ability, though, going to kite these Adepts forever. They're forced to retreat, and then they get followed when they retreat. Psionic transfer being used, but so many Adepts are going to die before that even happens. There, 3 of them do end up dead, and the rest of them do blink on up. Using the Psionic transfer, they do kill a worker. Another SCV ends up dead. They're getting right into this mineral line, forcing a full retreat from that mineral line there. But the Cyclones are here again, and once they're locked onto you, I just don't know what you can do. Look at this. They're just melting through every single one of these Adepts. They all end up dead. Not a single Cyclone was lost. More Adepts getting on up in here. They kill a Marine. Marine was not a good choice to see against this mass Adept play. And lock-on ability used again, because why not? These poor Adepts, they're going to die before they can transfer, I think. That one dies. Another one here very, very quickly going to end up dead. One of the Cyclones ends up dead as well, though, and a single guy does manage to transfer. Did he? Did she, rather? I don't know where that Adept went. Adept. No Adepts. That's it. So PengWin is down to 26 workers and a Mothership core. It's 21 to 26 total workers, but these 2 bases are really very nice. Second Nexus is on the way. I think if you're Bakemonoda, you have to check for that proxy gateway, because those Adepts came out of nowhere, that first attack. But meanwhile, we are spending a lot of money here on a command center. We're making a barracks as well, 2 barracks. Going to switch it up here into Hellion and Marine, which again I don't think is a good look, just because Marines and Hellions do pretty terribly against Cyclone, or against Adepts. But maybe Bakemonoda knows what he's doing. Perhaps he has enough Cyclones already. Just look at how much they tear through things so quickly. Woo! Alright, so here we come. We're going to make a quick push. We have a Reaper, we have Marines, we have Hellions, we have Cyclones. We're going to try to push down here, scouting things out with this barracks to see exactly what is going to defend this push. The answer is going to be a couple of Immortals. 2 Immortals for PengWin. But I think that really might be about it here. Hellions swooping on in, roasting up a couple workers. There goes the Photon Overcharge on that pylon, forcing everybody back. Couple Immortals. I don't know if Immortals do really good either. Lock-on ability on the Mothership core, takes it down immediately, trades 1 Cyclone for it. Probably a fair trade here. Another Photon Overcharge, trying to take down that barracks. Barracks manages to get out of the range. Going to stay here to scout again, because nothing can really shoot up except for that Photon Overcharge, which is now not a problem, because the Mothership core was actually killed. Pushing on in with the Cyclones again. These poor Immortals, they do not know what they're in for. They get one of the Cyclones. That's a nice pickup, but one of the Immortals ends up dead, and that's it. PengWin's defeated. Bakemonoda is victorious as he burns down the remaining Immortal. And that Bakemonoda has victoriously won this match while PengWin has left the game. So that's about it. Pretty interesting game there. I'd like to see the use of the Cyclones. Again, that build is something we might start seeing more and more often with the Proxy Reaper up here into the Cyclone harass. Cyclone used for defense at the same time, and they're just pushing right on in and killing everything. So Protoss players, watch out for this. Scout out what you can scout, and I think you'll be a much happier player as these Marines are still rallying across the base. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you so much for watching today. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This has been really fun to cast. Thank you again to Dominic for the replay. You can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.